Welcome to FIA Formula 3. Let's catch up with the story so far.
Into the penultimate round of the season, championship points ever crucial, with the top 7 split by just 30 points as we went racing for the sprint race here at Spa. Conditions got the better of some drivers, slick tyres on the cars in a damp Spa circuit. Out front, 2 of the title protagonists going wheel to wheel. Dino Beganovic leading us from the front as he would take his 2nd win of the season, putting himself firmly in the title race.
Good morning, everybody. Well done for getting up early or staying up wherever you are in the world, and welcome to FIA Formula 3 here in the Ardennes Forest. Alongside me in the commentary box once again is Omi, and Omi, we're set fair for what's going to be a great race today. Drying conditions, but the sun's out here at Spa.
I didn't get it. Yes, it was mostly F2, but should be an interesting F2 race later. But for Formula 3, while F2 may still have a few rounds left, Formula 3 has got a championship round. This is the penultimate feature race of the year. Next time out we go racing, it is going to be the final round. It's going to be the final round of the season at Monza. This could go a long way in deciding the championship. Bit of a mixed-up grid. Huge opportunity for the man in 3rd position, Leonardo Fornaroli.
Really is as well. Situation getting completely out of hand now after what has been a very interesting couple of races as well. Yesterday, Dino Beganovic taking the sprint race win from 2nd on the grid. Today, however, he starts out of position. He's down in 12th place, so it's going to get very, very confusing to come in. So sad, Ramos drops so low in the grid. Also, hi, Justin Antonio. Hello, everyone. Hello, Antonio. Coming into it, but yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Damp grid, Omi, but should be able to dry up quite quickly over the next, 18 laps we've got.
Yeah, and critically yesterday, Beganovic keeping his championship hopes alive. From that sprint race, he needed to win it. He did win it, but for today's race, he goes from 12th. Where did the rest of them line up, Mr. Birch?
Well, Callum Vozian scored pole position in an amazing qualifying on Friday. Alexander Doon is alongside him. Then it's Leonardo Fornaroli and Sebastian Montoya. Noel Leon lines up in 5th. Max Esterson takes 6th position. Further down on the field as well, it's Luke Browning and Sammy Megatuniv to come through. And then it's Tim Triminitz and Santiago Ramos. Gabriel Mini alongside Dino Beganovic, as only said, down in 12th position. 13th for Tuka Tapinen as well on his first weekend in the series. And then it's 14th on the grid for Ollie Goethe. Lawrence Van Hopen lines up P15. Nikita Bedrin from 16th on the grid, massively out of position in the dry, wet conditions we had coming through. 17th on the grid takes us to Matej Sagazita. Joseph Loke lines up in 18th. Sophia Furch is 19th. And 20th for Christian Mansell. 21st, Matthias Steinshaw, my boy, is 22nd. Peters Wisnicki is down 23rd. Joshua Dufek takes us into 24th. 25th for Tommy Smith with Clan Shields 26th. Arvid Lindbland's 27th. Charlie Wirtz lines up 28th. Tanas Pollins Pruvzak's 29th. And Kasper Suchard lines up in 30th. Didn't know he was here until he sent the YouTube chat and pinned down. I didn't think he'd be able to make it. Delighted that Jack has, though. Hello, Jack. How you doing?
I'm good. I woke up about like 15 minutes ago, so I'm doing all right. Just managed to get in the box in time. And we're ready for what is supposed to be an incredibly exciting Formula 3 race.
Yeah, I wish they would just give us some sleep, but it's not an option today, unfortunately. Oh, it's one of those weekends where you just want to sleep, but at least we get an early finish. No staying up until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. covering NASCAR due to the Olympic break. And away we go on the formation lap. Sun's out, track temperature is at 20.9 degrees. So it should be starting to heat up slightly. Air temperature only at 13.6. And the sun is baking off the fog that is around the circuit, but I think, Omi, it's still wet, dry in areas. It's going to be a very slippery start, similar to what we had yesterday.
Yeah, gonna be a very slippery start, possibly more damper in certain parts. Arvid Lindblad, brilliant stuff from him yesterday, from all the way at the back of the field from 28th to 27th, all the way up to P12. A great drop for Arvid Lindblad as he tries to keep his championship hopes alive. Biganovic managed to do that yesterday. Mansell with a bad qualifying, unfortunately wasn't able to do so. One man who's definitely, though, in the championship hunt, Leonardo Fornaroli. He goes from third. His nearest rival is going to start all the way in. We're going to have Luke Browning in 7th position. Let's hear from Leonardo Fornaroli.
I really wanted a win in Hungary, but we couldn't. So, yeah, I will try to, for sure, to take my first win. But anyway, if I cannot, I will try to finish as good as possible without throwing away any good result.
P2.
Our pace in the races during this year, I would say, has probably been stronger than qualifying. I feel like our race pace has always been strong, and I feel quite comfortable, and I feel like I manage the tyres relatively well. So I think if we can do the same as we've done in other weekends, for sure, I think the staying at the front and possibly winning is possible, but we'll have to wait and see.
P1.
Around here it's tough starting from pole, to be honest, because you've got the massive straight up to turn 5, up to Le Combe. So yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, we just got to keep our heads down. I think the car's fast. So, you know, if we can emerge in the lead, brilliant. If not, sit down and, you know, get on with it, really.
All set to go then for what's going to be a very interesting weekend. Antonio says, it's 11:30 p.m. for me, lol. I feel for you guys as well. I don't know if staying up late is easier than waking up early. I think it will be staying up late. It's easier than waking up early, because when you have to wake, you've got to physically wake up. It's not the nicest feeling in the planet. Bandages also not nice to wear. Prema lead, look at that. 341 226. Prema today can wrap up the constructors title, Omi. So that's one thing we can sort out in the team standings for 5, 4 and 3 today. Prema could easily take it.
Yeah, definitely a huge opportunity from Prema, especially after the 1-2 as well. Remember, more laps today for Arvid Lindblad to fight his way through, so he could also be able to get his way up to points. It is a damn track. There's still plenty of overtaking opportunities, and we're going to have normal Formula 3 chaos with that one as well. But can Callum Woyden, who finished first on the road at Silverstone, wasn't able to keep it due to a very unfortunate penalty? What is he going to be able to do from pole? Alex Dunn alongside. Interesting front row. Leonardo Fornaroli having to think of the championship as well. So many drivers in this field are having to think of that championship, and we're getting into position for what should be a thrilling contest.
Do we know what the national language is of Belgium? Would it be Dutch?
I think it's either French or Dutch.
Yeah,
I think it really depends on what area of Belgium you live in.
I was thinking for later. Yeah, I was thinking for later when the lights go out.
An area of it is French speaking, and an area of it is Dutch speaking.
I wonder if we can combine into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light procedure later on. We'll see what we can come up with in the gap. Meantime, we're in a race to get started here. Green flag at the back. One with rain lights on as well, giving a flash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the feature race is underway. It's a good start from Callum Voulting, lighting up the rear tyres, but gets a good launch. Immediately, Sebastian Montoya round the outside. Alexander Dune drops out, and Montoya takes second. And it's contact at the hairpin at La Source. A little bit of drama. There's more contact, and a car facing the wrong way. Is everyone going to get out of the way? It's Gabriel Mini, who's dropped right down the centre and to the back of the field. Unbelievable at La Source. 2 bits of contact. Dune down into 4th position as they come over the hill for the first time. Down the Keppel Straight and round the outside. Noel Leon having a move as well on Max Esterson, who has dropped back the field. And already Montoya trying round the outside as Callum Vosin slides off the track. So does Sebastian Montoya. Leonardo Forlaroli up into third position ahead of Alexander Dune. And Noel Leon running off as well. Esselson holding off for Megatunif.
Chaotic start, championship leader round of turn 1. Goethe has a puncture as well, but such a disappointment for Gabriele Mini, who has gone off at that first turn, and he looks like he's been able to continue. Megatunif also making a move to get past Max Esselson in the mid-pack. Beganovich is going wheel to wheel with Lawrence Van Hoopen, but Lawrence Van Hoopen is going to hold the position. Drama though at turn number 1 as Sebastian Montoya is on a charge from 4th all the way up to 2nd and now challenging for the lead.
Shields has a puncture as well. Montoya is attacking Vosin as we come in towards Fania. For the first time, he's keeping that pressure on, just like his father taught him to. Expert conditions in wet. Montoya always ran well in wet conditions. Juan Pablo, that is, as we come down to Stabilo for the first time. Green flag conditions at the moment. Further back in the field, that is Zagazita having a battle. Can't see who with at the moment. I don't think it's with Nikita Bedrin. There is Gabriel Mini, not last as Clan Shields has a puncture. So apparently does Ollie Goethe, yet he's still running in 27th according to the computer as they come through Blanchimont for the first time. Interesting start there, Jack, and Montoya already on the back of Vosin.
Yeah, looks like Montoya just carving his way through the field so far. Already on the back of Voz, and of course Rodin Motorsport, not usually the strongest team, but if they can get a win here today, that is a huge boost for them.
Lock up for Voisin.
Vosin went wide. Montoya's going to have the attack on him. He's moving to the inside and decides better of it through the damp Eau Rouge rally on section. But backing off has given Leonardo Forlaroli a run. Up the hill to Radion. A little bit of a twitch mid-corner. Expertly held. And now the DRS is activated for everybody as well. Callum Vosin is going to be like a deer in the headlights. Montoya moves to the right-hand side. Vosin moves back to the left. Montoya follows, trying to break that toe. Dunes just okay in 4th position. Megatunif gets ahead of Noel Leon as we come into Lacombe.
Good move from Megatunif. Mini and Lindblad. Turn 1 collision has been noted. So it seems like Mini started way ahead of Lindblad. So it must have been a poor start for Mini to end up where Lindblad is. And that would have been the 2 title rivals colliding. If that is the case, that could be critical for the next race. But yeah, Goethe is back in after doing a whole long lap with a puncture around this circuit. He's not the only one. Cian Shields is also into the pit lane as well.
Let's have a look at the start, Amy.
So off the line, keep away, looking for Montoya. Dun doesn't get away well, and Voisin's going to be able to hold the lead. Then we're going to see Fornaroli go to the inside. Sebastian Montoya is going to use that outside line, and with that outside line, it gives you better traction off the corner. Browning was very close to contact, I believe, with Megatunif. We are looking further back, and we're going to see Gabriele Mini spin around. So a huge disappointment for our championship leader, and that could be critical points lost for him as well. So I think he's getting a car, diving to the inside. Is he going to make contact with...
Lindblad.
Yeah, it looks like he makes
Lindblad.
contact with Goethe, and Goethe sends him spinning. So I don't know what it is with Lindblad.
Yeah, because that's Goethe with a puncture on the front. Oh! And that is 2 cars off at Stabilo! And the safety car is out!
So that's Stenchon, and we also do have, I believe, Tuukka Tappinen, who might be off in that one.
Oh, safety car. Yeah, it is Tuukka Tappinen and Martin and Steinshaw at Stabilo. Safety car's out. And just in time, actually, as they were coming into La Source once again. So, that's Matej Zagazatas diving into the pit lane. Tuukka Tappinen is out of the race in the ART. And Martin Steinshaw's out in the high-tech Pulse 8. So safety car's out. That's a weird one. Oh, and I bet Zagazita started that one off as he's got a broken front wing on the right side. That'll be the same time to tip it in to turn 1. And
He's not the only one in.
Yeah, Casper's
Stuka.
in. Yeah. Oh, that's
So what is Casper up to then? We'll see. Does he need a front wing change? So Zagazeta does. We'll see what's the case with Casper Stuka, recently sacked from the Red Bull Academy as well, and yes, he's changing his front wing as well.
Yeah.
Is Casper Stuka. So those two will go to the back of the field, but we'll be able to close back in. So yeah, we've had 2 drivers involved in contact after the opening lap as well. They possibly could be all related. We're about to find out. Let's see. So Stenchon goes to the inside. So he is going to be going for on Sophia Flush. Centron spins then, and I believe he's going to get collected.
Oh! No!
Oh, spinning. Chuka Tappanen's already spinning around them.
He got contact with somebody else. That's Holland's Pruvazag. So Mini sees the drama, gets out of it. So we picked up the wrong we picked up the wrong BWT there.
So it's Sophia Flush who is battling at the moment, at the precise moment, with Centron. Well, it is wet, so pretty easy to lose it as well.
Yeah, there was a separate incident with everyone there. That's 2 incidences combining into one. Need to have a look at that.
Lots of things we're left wondering after that one.
It's a 15 lap race. They've reduced it. Just to let you know. So it's 15, not 18. We'll adjust that now.
Yeah, well, Arvid Lindblad started further down once again in 28th. Has managed to get his way up to 15th again. So he's only 5 places off the points. I don't know how he keeps doing this on the opening few laps of this one. But absolutely brilliant stuff from Arvid Lindblad. Exactly what he needs. Out of position in qualifying. He needs to leave this weekend with points if he wants to keep his championship hopes alive. While it was a great drive yesterday, it didn't reward any points. So that does not mean anything in the Drivers' Championship. Today he has a huge opportunity, plenty of laps left. And he's got Bedrin, Beganovic, Mansell, Van Hopen to pass. And then also Ramos, and then he finds himself in that top 10. And with Formula 3 Chaos, so he keeps his nose clean, it could be critical for him. But definitely this result, I mentioned it would be critical for Fornaroli with other drivers out of position. And with Mini's moment spinning all the way to the back, it means that Fornaroli, as it stands, would be leading the championship by 1 point going into the final round of the season.
And of course, with sprint race points, pole position points and everything, it means that the championship for the teams now can't be sorted this weekend either. That goes down to the final race, but Prema can solve that in the sprint at Monza in a month and a half's time. So that's even worse.
I think they can easily just do the sprint win.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can easily take the constructors, I think, as we also take a look at the constructors.
Well, actually, ART with no points either.
Yeah.
3-4-1 to 3-2-2-6. Trying to work out mental math, because you get 25 for a win, 18 for second, and then you get 12 for the win of the sprint and 8 for second.
I believe it's 10.
Oh, it's just 10
10-9.
10-9.
Yes.
So that's 19 plus.
And then you get 1 point for
plus
fastest lap as well. So make sure you count that.
Hang on, where's it? Right, let's get the calculator out, shall we? So it's too early in the morning to be doing this simple mental math. So let's start with the feature, shall we? If it ever works. My calculator won't load. Here we go. Right, so you got 25 plus the 18 plus the 1 for fastest lap on a Sunday. So that's 44 points on the Sunday. Plus the 10. Plus the 9, plus the 1. And how many points for pole position?
2 points.
There's 2. That's 66 points. So Prema can do the team's championship today. Yeah, that's a point.
So,
Prema's
yeah.
spun tapping it.
Well done.
Oh,
Goodness me.
that was not easy to say at 7:41, 7:43 in the morning.
Oh, we've got Porsche Supercup as well.
Oh, God.
Later on. Are we having a version 2 of you trying to pronounce the grid this time?
No, you're doing that.
It was fun last time, watching you trying to pronounce names.
I was like, Forget Porsches,
well.
I'm off to touring cars.
Look at this. So Montoya, I think, has a lot of pace. He just needs to be careful with it. No, not overdo it. Not overdo it like he's done a few times in Formula 3. Be patient. Make the move. He's got a long camel straight to make it as well. But he seems like a driver on the attack, especially versus the road in, which Callum Woysen did a brilliant job with mixed conditions on the Friday. I say mixed, slightly damp, slightly. It was a little bit chaotic with how it was all going, different setups for different cars, lots of track improvement right at the end, and it meant that Callum Woysen was able to put that road in at the front of the field. So we expect the Campos to have a little bit more pace, and it's time to get an interview from
Have that
Montoya
motivation
himself.
when you have really good speed, especially that's something that we've had this year, like in the races and stuff, being able to overtake, being able to go through the field and still finishing the points. That's honestly the main thing, just knowing that you still have it, knowing that you still have a chance and that you're still there. Just sometimes you're a bit unlucky and things don't line up, but that doesn't mean you can just give up, especially if you have the speed.
Been told to take my bandages off because if they're irritating me, that means they need air to breathe and heal. So bandages are off at the moment. No further investigation from Montoya. Voisin leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Interesting.
Didn't even know that was London.
I don't either. Right, I've been told I've got to pop in to put moisturiser on, so let's put the safety car.
Well, he's a driver that's really come into form, hasn't he? That weekend at Silverstone. Since then, he's not been able to get him out the points. 5-point scores in a row for Callum Boysen, the GB3 champion. And he did say that was going to be a breakthrough result, but he wasn't lying.
Yeah, definitely so. A great run of form, actually, for Boysen. That third place back in the feature race at Silverstone, bringing him to life, the Rodin team. Giving him the support that he needs, and what a day this would be for the Rodin team if he was able to take this car all the way through to the flag, dealing with the pressure nicely. Both he and Montoya were off the road up at turn 5, which has been given the no further action. That would be leaving the track and gaining an advantage. That was on lap 1, if you recall, when they got very deep down into the apex of Les Comps. But waving play on there. Fornaroli with a big opportunity with 2 drivers in front of him that I think it's fair to say throughout this season so far he's had a little bit more speed than. Not to say that he'll have more speed than them today,
no. But
he will be looking forward at those 2, thinking by the form book, I should be able to win this race. But Montoya, Boysen, been super strong this weekend. It's been the strongest weekend of the year for Montoya, who's driving that Campos machine beautifully this weekend and really coming alive in the mixed conditions, isn't he? So Fornaroli's got his work cut out. You've got 2 drivers here looking for that breakthrough win. That's their opportunity. Fornaroli looking to snatch points in the championship. That's what he wants to do. I'm just having a look at the replay of Callum Boysen getting a lock-up down at 1 and going wide. Montoya getting through. Then Boysen actually taking the position back. We got to that quite late, didn't we? So it's actually Boysen behind for a moment. Montoya then thinks he's going to get the traction, lifts out of it, tries to take the run through Eau Rouge, but then doesn't quite have the speed to go after it as they get down to Les Comps.
Leo Fornaroli hasn't won a race either, believe it or not. He's still chasing his first in FIA Formula 3. What I will say, he won the Freca rookie title without taking a rookie win. So he knows how to be very consistent. That's been one of his main assets throughout his career, is being very, very consistent in his career so far.
Sort of a similar season to the one that Paul Aarons had in Formula 2 in many ways. A run of podium finishes for Fornaroli, who's visited the podium 5 times already this season. But you're quite correct, Chris. He has not won a race this year. The focus may well, though, for Fornaroli. He sits on 114 points to Gabriele Mini's 128, be taking the championship lead, which he has every opportunity to do today.
Yeah, it would be quite the story, wouldn't it? Having our championship leader going in, just purely off consistency, no wins. And we've got to remember the likes of Gabriel Bortoletto. He got his win very early and then just stayed very, very consistent all the way through.
There's one or two ways, isn't there, to do it. So often the returning drivers do it that way. I would consider it's more of a returning driver way to generate victory in the championship is snatch the race wins early on when you have the experience that some of the rookie drivers might not, and then give consistent performances through the rest of the series. Or often the more of the rookie driver way, a little bit like the performance Kimi Antonelli is giving in the Formula 2 Championship, or a bit like Oscar Piastri's Formula 2 Championship winning season will be to give consistent but good performances.
Well, as Obi says, safety car's coming in. So what do we think then?
Indeed. Chaotic racing.
Oh, right. What are you making of it all, Jack?
It's excited for the restart, to be honest with you. That's all I really have to add to that.
Situation is rising up. Just keeping an eye on what's going to happen as the safety car will peel in. And we will head back to racing. Jess has said that I remember covering the Porsche Supercar last year for the first time in Belgium. You got the interesting one, it rained. Loke and into Pumazak for turn 17. Now there's further investigation because the position has been given back. So cutting the track, getting an advantage probably.
Most likely indeed.
Come on, let's go racing. Let's have some fun. Safety car infringement for Clan Shields has been noted. Not sure what's happened there. The AMG safety car though, Mercedes AMG will disappear. Now Montoya has been taught how to ace safety car restarts. His father, Juan Pablo Montoya, was a demon. I still remember that move he pulled on Schumacher at Brazil in 2001. He came from IndyCar, he was used to safety car restarts. Green flags are out, safety car is in. Come on. Come on, what have we got? Into the last two corners. Vozin hits it on entry to the bus stop. Montoya has gone with him. We are racing here in Belgium once again. Vozin, Montoya, Faller only, Dune, Megatune if you're top 5. No further investigation between Loke and into Pumazak as he's up to 18th. Sophia Flörsch is 17th at the moment as well. Now, no DRS on this opening lap restart, but look at Faller, no, look at Megatune right in the back of Dune as they come on through Eau Rouge into Radion. And I think Megatune's going to make the move here, Romy. He's got the slipstream to pull from the outside. That's incredibly risky in damp conditions.
It is. And I think and in the background, that's even closer, I believe, between, we've got some brilliant battles in the background. Lindblad getting through as well. So Lindblad was able to get past on Boyer, so that's a good restart from him.
Belgium just ahead now as well, so that's going to be one that they're going to be taking an interest in as they come down into Ravage, then into X. And who's behind? That's... Oh, contact! And off! And out goes Sophia Flörsch! She's been taken out by Joseph Loke! They came together at Ravage! And that's going to be the safety car! Well, Sophia Flörsch was really angry after the Austrian round of the championship for the forcing off of the track of the other drivers. They say they give her no respect. And I think that's just proving the point again. That was, what was that? I saw the move. Luke was on the inside line, just couldn't stop and took her out.
So it'll be interesting to hopefully get a better angle of that safety car, understandably deployed once again. Time to do more laps behind the safety car in this Formula 3 race. And it's we of course have short laps around the circuit. They take forever to clear the car, and we end up doing quite a few laps. So a lot of laps of racing does get wasted, unfortunately, how long of a lap this circuit is.
Oh, what
and
a
did
surprise,
Luke able to, yeah, it seems like Joseph Luke might have been able to continue then.
What a surprise. What a surprise. Sophia Flörsch is going to be really angry about that one. There's Joseph Loke.
There he is.
Now, he'll get a penalty, but probably he'll still be in the race. So let's take a look at that again on the replay. He's got no damage either. That was ridiculous.
He must have hit him. He must have hit him like perfectly. Her squarely behind. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're right. We are right.
He must have got a nose cone to rear gearbox.
I agree with Sophia. Let's take a look. So she's trying to get past. Oh, this is. Oh, hang on.
So this is Mini.
Yeah.
We see up ahead.
Oh no, in the distance there.
Yeah.
Is that all we get? Was there no camera following it? No.
looks like it was no camera, but I imagine that it just looked like a little tap from behind and it sends both of them around.
Well, from what I saw on the angle we had, Sophia Floch was on the normal racing line, Joseph Floch was on the extreme inside and just dive bombed into her. And then for the tail angle we got, it looks like she's been put into a spin with the contact to the rear right. That's really annoying. Safety car's out again then. And there's Sophia out of the race.
Now we're left waiting even more to get this one back under way. Mantle's also recovered well, we have to say, into 12th position. Let's see if we can gain a few more places and score some points. Low.
You okay, mate?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. No weight damage, but my wheel is down to the left.
So potentially slightly bent.
Yeah. Hasn't got away with it scot-free. Sophia Floch, presumably gesturing to Jersey Floch. There's the promo team watching on, knowing that they are going to be teams champions after this event. With ART scoring no points.
Yep. So, Prema, while they've maybe not had the outright pace all the time, have always been that consistent team with 3 very good drivers. So, it's great to see Prema once again doing well as per usual. And in Formula 2, great to see them returning back to doing well. It was very unfortunate yesterday because, of course, with the race not being resumed, Prema seemed the quickest in the wet, with especially they have a work specialist in the car, Kimi Antonelli. He's proven it many times in his career. It's sad we weren't able to see that charge, possibly even to a victory with the pace that Antonelli had yesterday.
So weird that Prema used to be the Ferrari team and now they're just hanging out in McLaren. So weird. ART used to be the McLaren team. But now ART was brought out with Red Bull. Of course, because it became ART Arden for a time. And Arden left, didn't they? Oh, that was a shame.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Got replaced by HWA, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, then HWA Race Lab came and did. Oh yeah, that just reminded me of Matteo Nini.
I wonder what he's up to nowadays.
Doing Formula 3 and Formula 2 both in the same season. Right.
He panicked in Russia that year, didn't he?
Indeed.
What's he up to now, Matteo Nannini? I'm actually going to look that up. He's not competing in anything this year, from what I've seen. He was in Indy next year, though.
Let's have a word with one of the drivers out there on the circuit of Nikita Bedrin. I believe we're going to be hearing from him shortly. No, we're not. Okay. I got told we were. Safety car is ending. Oh, we are.
We really have a plan at the moment because we just have to deal with the conditions that we get. But for sure, it adds some excitement because this track is also very cool and difficult on the wet. You must have a lot of confidence. So yeah, whatever conditions we get, we just have to deal with it. It's the same for everybody. So yeah, we have to deal with it.
I bet everyone's confused, aren't they, about how I knew that was coming. Would you like a little tip of how I knew that was happening?
Go for it.
I mean, I can't hear anything, but okay. Hello. Basically, the timing tower went off, and we were focusing on one car in particular.
Well, I use that to tell it as well.
Yeah, same thing.
Usually the timing thing goes off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that 9 times out of 10 means we're going to hear from the driver. So that's always fun. I noticed Amy doing it when we listened to the top 3 earlier on. Safety car's coming in. You don't get a Sky countdown in my ear for these. So, Vosin again will have to defend against Montoya. That's going to be the key here. Still, 19 minutes to go, 9 to 15, 2-minute lap times. 2:13 lap times. 6 laps to run. just about enough time for the side laps. Another safety car would do us. Here we go. We're racing again. Callum Wilson will lead into the bus stop. No overtaking.
Much
remember.
earlier this time.
Yeah. I think that's because Montoya stuck with him last time. Go again. And Montoya is actually a bit under pressure this time from Forlaroli as they come across the line. Megatunov way ahead, and Mansell trying to get ahead of Van Hopen in towards the source. The two ARTs were side by side. And they're still side by side. And Bogdanovic is going to go through. Bogdanovic gets ahead of Mansell. Can he have a run on Van Hopen? And Alexander Dune's dropping like crazy. And look at Bogdanovic right at the back of Van Hopen. Over the hill we go. Dune's dropped back massively. Down to 10th now, Omi.
Yeah, don't know what's happened to Alex Dunn. That is not what he wanted, but now he's going to try and make a move on Santiago Ramos. He's nearly on the grass as he makes his way down to Lecom.
And everyone's slipping and sliding and off the track as well. Ramos. So he'll have to get that place back to Alexander Dune because he cut the corner.
Is he ever ahead? I don't know if he's ever ahead.
I cut the track. Oh, well, never mind. I might be out of position anyway because Benjamin's. Oh,
comes
again!
Lindblad's off.
Marvin Lindblad, he was in the title fight, is off. Now his rear tyres are in the gravel. He'll score no points, but can he get it going again? Yellow flags at the moment. Murray Boyer's off. Boyer's off too. Multiple.
Everything's happening.
And that is down again at Ravage. Now is that going to deploy another safety? Oh, there's a deploy a safety car.
Okay, safety car.
Murray Boyer is in the wall at Jackie Hicks at turn 9. And that'll be a safety car again. And that will probably end the race. And he's stuck. Arvid Lindblad is stuck. The safety car is out. And this has blown the championship wide open.
Today is not the day if you are a championship contender.
No points for any of them.
Well, good news if your name is Fornaroli or Luke Browning. You get points.
Mansell's dropped to 16th place.
There's going to be a lot of replays to see for this one.
So
We say replays, we haven't even seen them. But you get what I mean.
this
That debate always goes on.
has stopped us, by the way. 16 minutes to go, running out of laps. Yeah.
It will get 1 lap left by the time we go green.
They're quick.
Charlie Verts is into the pit lane. So let's just get these who's out, by the way. Arvid Lindblad, Mario Boyer, Sophia Flesch, Martin Steinshaw, and Tuka Tapinen. All out. And there's a broken front wing for Charlie Verts. Right.
So he's been involved in the melee. That was all going on that restart as well. And he's into the pit lane. He will change his front wing and continue on. But dramatic stuff once again in this championship. And yeah, great news for Leonardo Fornaroli, who is on his way, I believe, to take the championship lead as it stands as well.
Yep. Lindblad's out.
He's going to need a mighty Monza now if he wants to win this championship.
Right, let's take a look. Lock up from Bedrin and contact with Mansell is what put Lindblad round. That's why Mansell dropped back.
It's been fully wiped out.
So it's Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now what happened to
Couldn't have said that
Bedrin?
more Britishly.
Yeah.
Oh, disappointment for Prima. Watching onto that moment.
This is Mini
And then-
again. He's had all the best views today, hasn't he?
He's had some good views today, but he was round also earlier on as well. Not
Puncture.
at all times, but the majority of times. And Barry Boy just goes on.
Oh,
Puncture.
there's a puncture, I think.
Barry Boy just
That
goes on.
looked like a puncture.
Yeah, puncture and straight into the wall. Nothing he could have done.
Rear right puncture for Boy, yeah, due to that contact. That's why he went off. Yeah, look, it's already down. Yeah. This race. And now Arvid Lindblad has a conversation with Sophia Flush. who's also out down at Ravage. That is quite funny, actually, those two talking. Mansell and Lindblad's been noted by the stewards.
I hope he's in F2 next year, Arvid.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's a night. If I had a nickel for
Kramer will
every...
have 2 seats in F2. So.
Antonio says, if I had a nickel for every time there was a yellow flag in F3, I'd be king of the world. Says Antonio. Campos is smiling because they know Montoya's got a shot of a win here.
Well, that's if, well, that is if people stop crashing then.
Yes, that's true. He's the DRS, does Montoya, and he's got it.
Roden wouldn't mind this.
No, safety car to the end. Suit them fine. 13 minutes to go. We're closing in on laps though. Last lap time was a 3:07. Caroline again saying it's going to rain in 5 minutes. No chance of rain. Sunny conditions at the moment. Track's drying out.
It's Spa.
Yeah, it probably will rain in 5 minutes' time. Let's have a replay then. So, lock up for Bedrin on the inside front right. Mansell tries to avoid something and then hits.
So does Mari Boyer get hit with the Genza car?
I think
there?
so, yeah.
So, interesting stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, Lindblad goes down the outside, sees a lock up
Yes,
from
he
Bedrin
did.
ahead. Mansell taps them around.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Wirtz hits. Yeah. Wirtz hits Boyer and causes the puncture.
There's the touch.
Yeah.
Just there.
Just seen it as well.
There's Boyer going straight to the accident. I hate these taper boards. I really hate them. When they kill someone, they'll go. Seems to be the way the FIA work.
That image of Boyer there could be a phone home screen for
Yeah.
sure.
Almost looks like we're racing into the night rather than waking up in the morning. 9:07 over there in Belgium. 8:07 here in the UK. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just race. Safety car will be out at least for another lap then.
At least, yes, for another lap. Oh.
Quite unfairly, Tuka Tappan has been classified as last.
Quite unfairly indeed. And yeah, he's done a brilliant job this weekend. Came in, qualified 13th, one position away from Rivas get Paul, huge lock off for Leonardo Fornaroli. He's the driver in the perfect he's the driver in the perfect position in this championship right now. He's about to take the championship lead. So he needs to make sure not to do anything stupid.
Locks up both tyres.
Lovely.
Now, does the safety car actually need to be out? Thursh and Loke investigation after the race. I don't really know why, because that should be a penalty for Joseph Loke, but whatever.
Yep. That's how the FIA operate. And then they'll be giving 1 a.m.
So just take your time, it's fine. Oh, well.
Lovely to see. Lovely to see the fans already watching all of this action. Browning will be trying to make his way further up the field as well and try get nearer to Fornaroli. Fornaroli's going to hope that safety car's coming in. Fornaroli's going to hope that Montoya and Woisen crash battling for that win because that could give him even more points. That could give him loads of points, 10 extra points heading his way. For that, if that is the case, the fastest lap of the race belongs to Sami Megatunov in P4. So if one really can try get that, that could also be an extra point. In Formula 3, every single point does matter. Lindblad and Sophia Flesch still discussing as well on everything that they have had to deal with in this race so far.
Sophia looks really interested, doesn't she? It's like, yeah. She's still hungry, she's out of the race. Lindblad's there giving a demonstration of how he went out. Like, I saw. It's the definition of, yeah, I saw it happen. You don't need to recreate it.
Yes. If you need it, I can go on my phone and go view it again.
Lights are out, the safety car. Now, Vossen should remember how to do this. 2-lap shootout here at Spa. Amazingly, we've only been going for 32 minutes and it seems so much longer.
Yeah, we've of course shortened the distance from last year. It was done last year because of the tyres, and we've stayed with it.
Yeah, never trust. It was said it was going to be 18 laps. Now it's back to 15. So another late change by the FIA overnight as we get ready to go in. Right, 2 to go in order to decide this one. And Vossen has hit the accelerator. Montoya's gone with him. Now, Montoya needs to stay with him and hope he gets the DRS on the last lap. Forlaroli is going to be thinking the same thing here. Prema are going to be teams champions of 2023 as we go green again here in Spa. Forlaroli's on the back of Montoya. Browning's looking good again. He's closed up. He's in 6th place. So once again, just holding it back. Anyone going to go for a move? Not at the source. Oh, yes, at the source. I think that's Tommy Smith running wide a little bit there, further back. Oh, and look at Noel Leon. Mantle pass is defect, but look at Noel Leon. Even without the DRS, he's got a great run down the straight. Pulls to the inside of Megatunov. And gets ahead. Megatunov twitching under braking. And Noel Leon's through into 4th. Montoya needs DRS here. He can't
Noel
get
Leon
ahead.
loves attacking. There we go again.
Bogdanovic passes Van
Yeah, he does
Hopen.
need that DRS. He cannot let.
Sorry, go on.
Good move. Yes, indeed. Good move for Dino. Beginner has to stay inside the 1 second. Definitely has to be close. Making his way up the hill towards on the Kemmel Straight. Definitely needs to be super close. And he's 3/10 away. So right now, he is in chasing distance for a move down the Kemmel Straight. Also, Tuna's trying to fight back against Noel Leon.
Massively under attack now, as well as they've got to keep into it through Fania into Stavolo. Just hold it back with sneaky passes to Nasipol into Pugazak. Again, changing around. DRS on the next lap. Montoya needs to close back in here to Callum Vossen. Is Montoya going to take this away at the last lap? Megatunov looking back already to Noel Leon. What have he got? One more lap of Spa for FIA Formula 3 in 2024. DRS enabled. You only get one shot into the Kemmel Straight. And has it been activated by the stewards? Yes, it has. Here we go then. Here we go, DRS enabled. That took a long time. 8/10 Montoya. I think Vossen might have this one, but it's Forlaroli going to have a go at Montoya. DRS activated. Look at Forlaroli, he's going to have a go at Montoya. Oh! Megatunov nearly spins out the damp patch, trying to go around the outside of Leon, and Leon keeps it for 4th place. Wow! Montoya holds back from Forlaroli. Vossen leads this race.
Fornaroli having to also be careful and think about the championship. Think about how much he's gaining on his rivals. He cannot afford to have contact with Montoya and throw that all away. So he was thinking about that while also attempting to go for that move. Voisin, though, was able to get the gap on the restart to a good enough distance, meaning that even with DRS, Montoya was not able to get close enough. And Callum Voisin is on his way to take victory for Rodin Motorsports.
Ramos has passed both MPs of Champion Alexander Dune, as well as Antonio points out, up 2 places into 8th. Mil Leon ahead of Sami Mekatunev. Callum Voisin from Great Britain is going to win the feature race here at Spa. Montoya will hold on for a really impressive second. Fornaroli will take the championship lead in 3rd. But it'll be Prama's day in the team's championship. Not a lot of Prama's going to get points. Bogdanovic is outside of it as well. Into the last corner. Van Hopen gets a black and white flag, but it's the checkered flag for Callum Voisin, who wins the F3 feature here in Belgium. Montoya is 2nd, Fornaroli 3rd, and with the 2 coming across the line, it's all done, because Prima are the team's champions of 2024. ART cannot do a thing. 12th and 15th in their points positions. That puts Prima as the 2024 team's champions in FIA Formula 3. What a season from them, Omi. They've dominated in F3, not so much in F2 in the new rules.
Celebrations for Rene Rosin and everyone down at Prima. They have done it once again for another season, and while we wait to see whether one of their drivers will be taking the team the drivers champion, as a team they've been able to do it. It's the team's championship for Prima. Such a solid team, and while it's not been good for them in Formula 2, it has in Formula 3, but it's been good today from Callum Voisin, your winner of this race. Phenomenal drive from start to finish under massive pressure from Montoya, but he dealt with it to take the checkered flag first.
Thanks, Omi. Jack, what have you made of it?
Pretty disrupted but decent race. Well done on Montoya in particular, just carved his way through the field, unable to take the win maybe, but great result.
Yeah, mate. Excellent job, mate. Nice one. Oh, mate. I forgot how this feels. This is sick. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's cross over to the world feed then.
3 champion. He knows how to win races in single-seater cars. And Callum Voisin now demonstrating the talent many know he had here in FIA Formula 3. He was the GB3 champion last year with Rodin Motorsport, and now he's an FIA Formula 3 winner.
About time. Congrats. Yeah, man. I wanted to try to go for it, but he was just really quick at the beginning. But yeah, congrats to me. No, all of us, man. Thank you for the hard work, honestly. All right, let's go.
First podium of the year for Sebastian Montoya, and a great drive, best result of the year. Impressive stuff from him. Just didn't quite have the pace on the restarts to take the victory home, but he can be very satisfied with that as a strong result at this stage of his season.
His first since Australia 2023. What a result for him. And Leo Fornaroli, despite not having a win, he will come into his home round and season finale as the championship leader.
So it doesn't look as extreme as it feels, that inside the car. That is almost a monster moment for Sami Mekatunev as he comes across the road. That's a stomach drop inside the car. It really is, as the car slides out from underneath. He did very well to cling onto it to try to move across the straight there.
But Alex, I mean, Rodin Motorsport, how's this going to feel for them?
Yeah, brilliant. A team whose personnel under a previous name I've worked with a lot throughout my junior series career. It's a tight enterprise. They're a great team in terms of their spirit, and they're winners, as all of these teams are. They're not here to make up the numbers. They're here to win, and it's a very important day for that enterprise, and they will be celebrating extremely hard if any of the folk who I used to race with is still there, and indeed I'm sure the rest of them as well. Callum Voisin delivering for them today, and they'll be incredibly impressed with that. The big W. The big W for Callum Voisin. Great stuff.
Callum Voisin gives the Rodin Motorsport team their first win in FIA Formula 3, their first at this level in 10 years. What a day for them. What a day for him as a driver. When they brought Callum Voisin, the GB3 champion, into this championship, and Joseph Loke, the Autosport Young Driver of the Year in, many were excited. Many were excited to see what Callum Voisin could do, and he is proving everyone right with the exceptional talent that he has. 6 points finishes in a row, including a podium at Silverstone and now a win here. Emotional for Sebastian Montoya. He's been through a rough ride at times this season. That's a very hard-fought podium. He's had to suffer a lot of misfortune, and now, after all of that, he's got on the podium for the first time since Australia, and that will feel good to get his first podium of the season.
It's so great to have a breakthrough moment like that when you've suffered disappointment, potentially a bit of criticism, had to work hard with the team to try to get that result, and it's not worked out. He has been in the position to score great results.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of his big incident back in Austria, where he was in a decent position in that race as well.
Silverstone as well.
Exactly. But when it finally comes good, all those bad days make it feel so much better.
Yeah.
And that's what he will be experiencing now, and it's great to see him come across the line for a result I think he deserves from his performances so far this year. Let's check the full classification, Chris.
Callum Voisin for Rodin Motorsport takes the win, and the fastest lap to go with it as well. What a day for both team and driver there. Sebastian Montoya likewise taking his first podium of the season, and Leo Fornaroli puts himself in the lead of the championship going into the season finale. Noel Leon was 4th, Sammy Megatune 5th, Luke Browning 6th place. Crucial points on the board for him going into the season finale. Max Esterson, a return to the points. Well done to him, the first time since the first race of the season. Santiago Ramos, 3 points finishes in a row for him now. Tim Tramnitz 9th, Alex Dunn was 10th, then Beganovic, Van Hoopen. Many came from all the way from the back to 13th, but hindered by the safety cars. Mansell 14th, then Dufek, Wisniewski and Chapuvazak, Smith, Zagazeta, Stuka, Girth, and then we had Loke, Bedrin, Shields, Wirtz. Lindblad had his incident down at the hairpin with Mansell. Boyer was involved in an incident with Charlie Wirtz, and it was Flörsch who had an incident with Loke. Stenshorn, Tappanen had 2 separate incidents and found themselves caught together down at Stavolo. It was a race that had quite a lot of safety car involvement, but in the end Callum Voisin did well to deal with those restarts and hold off Sebastian Montoya.
Really did. Found something different every time at the restart, but then you've got to execute the plan as well. You know, when you're going to try and get the exit through the chicane and make the difference in terms of jumping away from the driver behind you, you've got to get the entry right, you've got to square the car off and deliver the throttle nicely under pressure. And that stuff takes skill, experience, ability, calmness under pressure, all of which was on display from Callum Voisin over all of the restarts with the different plans each time. So very impressive to keep himself out of trouble on what is, as we said at the time, one of the toughest starts and restarts of the year. To be asked to do so again and again, great stuff.
Yeah.
There was one lap you completely lost it at D9.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
My start was super good.
yeah. Oh.
Okay, never mind.
It's gone then.
Yeah, no highlights for us.
It was T1 and T5 every time.
Oh, oh. Oh, that's gotta be. Did someone hit him? Yeah.
I think Harvey.
Did they hit each other?
How good of a start do you have, Sebastian? Where did you start?
on the second lap when you missed turn 1, I was like, oh, I got him.
Yeah,
And then you just went through and I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, because I powered from like.
Like second lap, turn 1, you lock up and you went
Straight on now. That was what was getting me every time, T1 and T5. The rest was fine. Yeah, with the safety car, I was running out of ideas. I don't know what to do now.
This is a mess. Like in the last one, I was able to get you a bit closer, but just the problem with T5 is that if you brake a bit late or just into the inside, you're just
Always good to hear the cool down reflections. Choice of tactics from drivers.
Yeah, exactly the case. Exactly the case. You've got to try and come up with a different idea each time. Bruno Michel has a chat with Juan Pablo Montoya there. Must be a very proud dad today, down underneath the podium.
We won't see any of their drivers out there, but a quick word on Prima Racing as well, teams champions.
Brilliant work from them throughout this year. They've been so dominant at this level through the season, and they've had the drivers in the car as well. You know, often so important for the young drivers to have that team around them, but they give back in terms of the team's championship. So a great day for them. Great day also for the man who just jumped onto the podium. Leo Fornaroli takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship as a result of this race.
He does, and by a single point ahead of a Prima Racing driver, Gabriele Mini. Sebastian Montoya on the podium for the first time this season, and Callum Voisin on the top step for the first time this season. Rodin Motorsport on the top step in F1 Formula 3 for the first time. Very proud moment for Callum Voisin, and I think that is one he will remember for a very, very long time. Likewise, the Rodin Motorsport team securing his first win in FIA Formula 3, and with the form he is in, he will definitely be one to watch going into the season finale and beyond. Their first win in FIA Formula 3, their first win at this level in 10 years, when they last did it here with a British driver and a champion at this level in 2014. Sebastian Montoya, a hard-earned podium of the season, his first of the season. And Leo Fornaroli now leads the championship by a single point over his countryman Gabriele Mini, going into his home race and the season finale. What a
Absolutely fantastic. And now it's champagne time. What a weekend we've had here in Spa-Francorchamps. Closing thoughts then from you, Jack, to begin with. What have you made of Formula 3 this weekend?
Both races are honestly pretty exciting. While disrupted, I think they were pretty exciting races. Formula 3 not disappointing. Great to see Callum Voisin on the top step of the podium to get a win for a team that's usually at the back. So really good to see.
I mean, what about you going away and now into the summer break and then before the last race of the season? It's closed up in the championship massively.
Voisin showing us his what he's able to do front of the field. Leonardo Fornaroli hasn't won a race this season, but in the championship lead, can he win the championship without even winning a race? Been very consistent this season. He has a huge opportunity separating us as we go into the final Formula 3 race of the season. Cannot wait to see who is going to take the crown.
So much intrigue, so much action ahead of us for the final race of the year in Monza in a month's time as well. We go into the summer break now, but the championship is closed up. One of them already wrapped up. Prima are your team's champions here from Spa. Thanks for your company. We'll see you next time for FIA Formula 3. Bye-bye.